Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. For 6.4, we have the confidence interval for mean when the sigma is unknown. Sigma here is referring to the population standard deviation. So in this subtopic, question will not give you the population standard deviation. So the formula for CI for mean is equivalent to point estimate, use x bar, which is the average from sample, plus minus margin of error. So what is the formula for margin of error? You have the t value, alpha over 2, times standard of error. So standard of error formula is s over by square root of n. So to use t value here, what is t distribution? It is quite similar to the standard normal, but the curve is slightly lower in height and spread more widely. So basically, it is also bell-shaped graph and quite similar to the standard normal, but the shape of the bell depends on the degree of freedom. So how to find degree of freedom is n minus 1, number of sample minus 1. Okay, look at the example. How can you refer to the t table? Example number 1, the weight of a random sample of 15 CFS students should a mean of 56.86 kg and a standard deviation of 13.38 kg. Construct a 95% confidence interval for the mean weight of CFS students. So if you look at the question gives you the value of sample, which is n is equal to 15. This is the mean from the sample given. X bar is 56.86. And the standard deviation here is referring to the sample of 15. So this one is your S value, which is standard deviation from sample, which is 13.38. So if the question gives you the sample standard deviation or the sigma is unknown, meaning that the question don't give you the value of population standard deviation, then you will use t value or t distribution. So how to have the t value? You have the 95% CI for mean, which is equivalent to x bar plus minus t alpha over 2. How to find alpha? If you have 95%, so the tail side area will be only 5%. So 5% divided by 2 is 0.025. And then comma, the second number here is referring to the degree of freedom. So how to find degree of freedom? N minus 1, which is 15 minus 1 is 14. And then the standard error formula is s over by square root of n. So plug in the value. X bar is 56.86. Okay, how to refer to the t table? You make sure you have these two values, the probability and also the degree of freedom. So refer to the t table. So the first column is your df, which is the degree of freedom. And the first row is the probability. So table only read the right tail side area. So you want to find the area here with 0.025. So find P, which is 0.025 here. And then the degree of freedom just now is 14. So just find the intersection value between these two numbers. So your answer will be 2.145. So this is your answer from the table. And then S is the sample standard deviation, 13.38 over by N is 15. So calculate this one, you are having the answer 49.45 to 64.27 kg. Let's say the question asks you to interpret the value. So you can say that we are 95% confident that the population mean weight of CFS student is between 49.45 to 64.27 kg. So in this case, you are having the mean from sample of 15, and then you want to predict the whole population of CFS student weight, which is between these two values. So that is confidence interval when your sigma is unknown.